church.
Okay.
But the church condemned him to death. So when they killed him, according to the myth, he came back from the dead to fight against the church that condemned him.
Oh,
Right?
I see where you're going with this now.
You see what I'm saying? Now he came back as the prince of darkness. But Yahweh Shai, he's still the prince of the light.
Right. Ooh. And there goes back to that balance. See that balance?
See that?
Go back to the balance. You know what it's bad, you know, how much of it.
You know what? Do you know what the secret in all that is? The world thinks that was it Bram Stoker. They look at Bram Stoker wrote Dracula. The Most High wrote Dracula. And he put little bits of his story into it. So there's little seeds in there, like if you're spiritual, then wait a minute. This is like the scriptures, man. So it's the Most High who inspired Bram Stoker.
Basically, they tried to turn Dracula like he's meant supposed to be Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
But they tried to make him a wicked Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai gave his blood, but Dracula, he drank the blood of the living.
But look at that movie with Wesley Snipes.
Blade.
Blade. He was
Yeah,
half, you know what I'm saying? Half.
You just call him Daywalker, eh?
Yeah, you're right.
Because he could he was a vampire, but he walked in the daytime like a human, like a mortal way.
All the strings, none of them.
Yeah. That's a good movie too. The first one is the best one. The first one. The other ones were rubbish. They weren't as good. Yeah, so that's what they get that on, the whole concept of Dracula. Yeah, they get that from the scriptures, man.
So like a so-called white guy walked past a while ago with his girlfriend. And he goes, wow, Israelites. His girlfriend, you see, the one with the where is it done? I want to cross over there with a hat on. See the one with the hat on?
Oh yeah.
He goes, wow, Israelites. And the girl looked back.
You know
See,
about it.
people know, you know. People think that people don't know.
We know we're in that time, man. We know we're in that time.
Yeah, sorry to say.
No. We're in that time. So yeah. And a good movie to understand all that symbolism is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Because it was of a truth. Dracula, he had two sons. It was it is him, the man that would later become Dracula, and his son Radu. And they were fighting against the Ottoman Turks. And they were Muslims, innit? And Dracula was fighting for the church, man. But he had some type of beef with the church. Yeah, and I believe he got ambushed and killed. He got assassinated by his own countrymen. That's the truth of how he died. And he lived during like what I believe it was the 1300s. The 1300s he lived in, man. 1400s he lived. And he died. Yeah, man. But they tried to make him out he was a crazy man. A psychopath. You know, he was a sadist. You know, called him the impaler. Because he impaled his enemies, man. But let's continue on. It says, whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood have eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed. He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him. Because they showed you that in Dracula, yeah? When Dracula drank the blood of his enemies, how he would convert them, he would make them drink his blood. And that's what would convert them.
Oh, right.
And turn them into vampires.
Right.
And that's what in Bram Stoker Dracula, he made Mary drink, he made a cut in his flesh and he made Mary to drink his blood. He says, yeah, you're going to join me in eternal life.
She'll never get old again.
Yeah. Well, it's on the left-hand side, bro.
Yeah.
So it says, but this is all metaphorical. Esau's doing it like literally, like you have to drink his blood. And actually, that's against the law.
It is.
You're not supposed to drink blood.
Yeah.
Because blood is the life. And they told you that in that movie Dracula. Blood is the life. It's the life. That crazy guy, I forget his name, man. What's his name? Renfrew. There's an obstruction on him for serving. He's crazy guy. He's like, blood is the life! Blood is the life!
He's quoting Genesis, the 9th chapter. Because after Noah came off the ark, that's when the Most High gave the orders about eating flesh. The flesh of animals, the clean animals and the unclean, and how you're not supposed to eat the blood because the blood is the life thereof.
Yeah, exactly. But let me get that scripture. Because they were always saying that Yahweh Shai was trying to, he's a breaker of the law, trying to teach people to go against traditions. So when he said, drink my blood, they must have thought that he was going to commit sin, innit? But he didn't mean it that way. It was metaphorically. But he said that to throw them off.
That's right.
Because he knew that they weren't of the elect. A lot of the people that were following them weren't of the elect.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Someone give me Leviticus 17
Oh, that's
verse
spirit.
11.
I wanted to get that brother. Come on. What? What you got?
Leviticus 17 verse 11. Yeah? (17 verse 11).
What they do is that they distort the
Leviticus chapter 17 and
You
verse
hear what she
11.
just said? She said that we distort the Bible.
Which one? The one in the,
Yeah, that one with the two children. The two.
with the red head?
Yeah.
We distort the Bible, she distorts the head.
Yeah. Putting your fake hair on your head. Who
Yeah.
are you to talk about distortion?
Yeah, exactly. Who are you trying to fool?
She's still looking back in there. She's still looking back.
Fucking flesh, waste.
Yeah, the children are looking back. They say, don't listen to them. They're distorting the Bible.
She's still looking again. She's way down the road. She's still looking back. Wow.
She's going to be destroyed and her children.
Proverbs 13 verse 13. Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed.
Exactly.
But Leviticus 17 and verse 11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood.
Is what?
For the life of the flesh is in the blood.
Is in the blood. Blood is the life. Is it the life? Yeah.
Right? It says, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh atonement for the soul.
See? That's why blood had to be shed, life for life.
Yeah.
Because for the sins that we did, we would have to be put to death. But to preserve our life, there had to be an exchange.
That's right.
We had to sacrifice something. A sheep, a bullock, whatever it was according to the law, we had to sacrifice it. So there had to be what's this word I'm looking for? A scapegoat, like something else that had to die. Something had to die.
Yeah.
Some blood had to be
Sacrifice.
shed.
Yeah.
It's not our blood. No. It had to be something's blood had to be sacrificed.
Which has a value greater than what we can offer.
Right.
See, 'cause it's like an entertainment talking about. Let's say our blood right now is at value 5, but the price we need to pay is 1,000. So like, let's say I die and I offer my blood. Let's say I died and I offer my blood. That would only be like a value of 5. Whereas Harishai's blood is a value of, let's say, 5 billion.
Of course, because he was a lamb without blemish.
Yep.
Meaning he never did no sin. He was like the purest sacrifice. Because not only that, he was like symbolically he was a lamb. But he was the Most High's own first creation. So that's like the ultimate sacrifice that could ever have been sacrificed. That's the word of the Heavenly Father incarnate, man. So that was like the most acceptable sacrifice that the Most High could have accepted, man.
The sweetest savor to the Most High's nostrils.
Exactly. So there you go.
You
Okay.
had to go through it. You had to do it.
Yeah.
And it had to be right way.
Right way, yes.
That's why Yahushua lived such an austere life, because he knew, like, he fucked up on one point, the whole thing would fall apart.
Yeah.
So everything had to be done to the letter.
Wow.
That's got to be very stressful.
Yeah, but that's why his head was full of graves, man.
Yeah.
By my age, man. Because I'm like 32.
Yeah.
He died at my age. So he wasn't looking for pleasure, bro. He was full up of sorrow. Worse than man. Which one was complaining about their lives? He went through it, man. By himself. Because he didn't have a camp of guys that were on his level. Or he didn't have elders or guys to keep him in check. He was the main guy.
But sometimes you have to go away by himself
By himself.
and pray. And he time out for himself.
He was by himself. No wonder the man had to drink. His eyes were bloodshot, man. You can drink, get to drink, man. The scripture says, give strong drink to him that's ready to perish. Because Yahweh Shai, man, the mob was way worse back in those days. Because they were looking to kill him.
Yeah.
The worst that we get is probably get arrested more. We don't get wrong, niggas probably try to attack. We've had kids that niggas try to attack us and shit. But they were actually trying to kill him. He had to try to escape. You know what I mean?
But it's verses, it says, there's verses that say, because I tell you the truth, you want to kill me?
Yeah.
I'm going to come and kill you because I
Tell you the truth.
That's Paul. Yeah. Paul said that.
He said, Wisdom of Solomon 4 verse 13. He, being made perfect in a short time, fulfilled a long time.
Wow, that's big. What's that again?
Wisdom of Solomon 4 verse 13.
Wow, that's
Read
heavy.
it.
Right. Wisdom of Solomon 4 verse 13.
Oh,
He, being made perfect in a short time,
right, age 33.
fulfilled a long time, is more. For his soul pleased the Lord, therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked.
Yeah, but what makes you perfect? Suffering, man. Well, what's that? What's that thing called?
Scripture also says, "Mark the perfect man."
I know, but there's a piece of. What? Hold on, stop. I forget this. Hebrews 2 and 10. Hold on. Hold on. Right. It's lucky. Hebrews chapter 2, verse 10. For it became him. Hold on. Let me start on verse 9. But we see Yahweh Shai, he was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he by the grace of the Most High should taste death for every man. So really we were all worthy of death. Because we all fell short of the glory. But he was the atonement for all of us. So every death that every man should have got, he experienced that.
Yes.
Every death that we should have all got, he took all of that. He took all of that. Combined. That's how strong Yahweh Shai is. Because if that was me, I couldn't have dealt with that, man. When Yahweh Shai he was able to deal with all of that. Because he's strong. He's the strongest of us all. Right? So it said, for it became him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain, so he took on all our deaths, so he could bring us all to glory, man. So that's the ultimate act of love. That's what it says, no greater love than a man lay his life down for his table.
That's right.
So he saved us all by sacrificing himself, by taking the bullet. To make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. You hear that? So so he was made perfect through suffering.
Yeah.
Okay. Because now he can be that good shepherd. Prior he wasn't good. Because he was in the flesh, man. Right? But now he's made perfect through the suffering. That's why he resurrected as a perfect man. As a perfect man. Come on now, you got something going, bring it.
2 Corinthians 8 verse 9. For ye know the grace of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, that though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, that ye through his poverty might be rich.
You see what I'm saying? So he gave it all up, man, for our benefit. That's a selfless act.
It's heavy.
So he didn't live for any selfish, covetous reasons. He came just for us. That's literally. So they even nigga that would do that, man.
Oh, wait, man.
That would live his whole life just for his own people. Not with one act of filthy lucre in his head, thinking of gaining money. You know, you got niggas, you know, in positions of leadership and influence, but you know there's money behind it. So you know it's not sincere. You might pose like that, but you know he's getting paid at the end of it, man.
Yes.
So you know really it's not sincere.
There's an agenda.
Yeah. You might say it that, but he's doing it for money. And money, that's the root of the evil. But that's a double mind. You're saying one thing, but really you're in it for something else. Man.
You said?
Okay, come on now, go on.
This is Luke. Right. Luke 22 and verse 23. And then let me start from 24. And there was also a strife among them, which of them should be accounted the greatest.
Right.
And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. But ye shall not be so, but he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is chief, as he that doth serve. For whether he is greater, he that sits at the meat or he that serveth, is he not that sitteth at meat? But yet I am among you as he that serveth.
That's what that bald-headed nigga that came up, you should have read that to him, man.
You would have heard.
You should have read that to him, man. Because when it said him that is greatest shall be in that service.
Serve, yeah.
So he should have just shut his mouth.
He should have. And he revealed himself, didn't he?
You know what I'm saying? That's how a nigga is. The nigga was all about trying to blow up to be the man. But when amongst the Yahweh Shai's camp, you gotta be meek.
Yeah.
And what does the word meek mean? The word meek means to take punches than to receive them, man. No, choosing rather to receive injuries than to return them, man. So this truth is about how many punches you can take. Not about how many punches you can throw.
Got a precept for that.
Keep taking as many punches and getting back up and carrying on. That's the definition of strength.
Yeah.
Because any man can shoot a gun,
Yeah.
can pick up a gun and
Pull
shoot
the
it
trigger.
and pull the trigger, man.
Yeah.
Any man can do that. But how many man here can fucking fire up?
Take a beat down and get back up.
Yeah. And turn the other cheek. Why? To set an example. Knowing that vengeance belongs to the Most High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you will pay.
Not many men have that kind of faith, man. Go on, bring it.
Matthew 7 verse 13. Enter ye in the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. A few there be that find it.
See, going back to that word, a few.
Yes.
That find it. And that's the one who Yahweh Shai came for. Because yeah, he came for the condemnation of the 2/3 at the time. But he came, when he prayed, he literally said, I don't pray for them. I don't pray for the world. I pray for them who thou hast given me.
Elder, I want to go back to what you said earlier. I'm listening to you, Elder, you're teaching. You mentioned something about the mountain. It's like everybody at the bottom. Everybody's at the bottom.
Right.
Nobody wants to climb that mountain because it's too difficult. That's why when it's too straight. So the people, there's only a few that's going to get up there.
The higher you get, the fewer is at the top.
and you're going to see the majority. Everybody's at the bottom. At the bottom.
Exactly.
Same what you said, Elder.
There you go. Because that's easier.
It's easier.
to be at the bottom. It's simple.
Nobody wants to
And
enter
that's
that.
Jake's nature.
Yeah.
To be simple. Yeah. To actually go through the suffering and the torment. That's the next type of spirit.
To continue in it.
That's to endure to the end, like what Yahweh Shai did. He endured to the end where he was crucified and all of that. And that's when he said it was done.
Right.
It is done, meaning it was accomplished. He did what he came to do. To die. Right?
That's why our beloved Elder Apostle Tahar, he said this all the time. He said you must learn to take the pain.
Yeah.
Learn to take it. Live with it.
Take it.
Take it.
Even when you feel like it was undeserved.
You take it.
That's another thing when you're in this truth. There's a lot of guys, especially when you're new in the truth, you got that mouth.
Oh.
And you feel like you wanna justify yourself. Don't do it. Just to test yourself. Just to test yourself. Just to test to see how much you can take. Knowing that that's what this truth is about. Taking it.
On and
Just
on
test
and
to see how
on.
much you can take. Test it and pray about it. That's when the prayer comes in, man. When your back is against the wall. I remember times when I was in the truth and my back was against the wall, like when I was doing it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm a brother. I prayed, man. You know? And just look at it this way. You might see it on the front end. Oh, it's not right. He's coming at me, and it shouldn't be like that, you know? Right? It shouldn't be that way. And this is injustice. He's doing me wrong. But look at it from this way. The most I might just put a demon on it just to test you.
And see
How you will react.
That's the thing.
Look at it. You might not like it because it's dead.
I always said that, Elder. I never said that.
You know? So just pray for that man. Pray for your enemy. If he do you wrong, what did Yahweh Shai say? If you take from him, give him two. Walk with him, if he walk with you a mile, walk him twain. And that will what? He holds coals of fire upon his head.
You always said that, brother. You always taught us that.
So lead by example, not by prowess. Lead by example, not by ego and I'm that guy. Lead by taking it. Take it, and then guys will respect.
Yeah.
So that's showing.
He got the ultimate respect, man. And that's why in the kingdom, we're actually gonna see Yahweh Shai's body, and then we're all gonna cry, man.
Yeah.
In fact, let me get that. That's an
That's deep. Yeah. That's the only time you're gonna cry.
Yeah.
Apart from that, you're gonna be tears of joy, but that's the only time it's gonna be a time you're gonna mourn. Wow. That's gonna hurt, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's gonna hurt. The Lord's gonna put the
What
spirit in
you
you to feel what he was going
You're
through.
gonna see the blood on him.
Oh,
You see how mucked up his whole body.
pray we draw to the
It's
end.
gonna look unrecognizable.
Because when you look at him, the Lord might put spirit on you to understand that lash you took, that wound, might be because of the
Heavy
sin that you did.
Caleb came.
So you'll look at him and you'll be like,
He's
the
gonna
Lord
put the
did that
spirit in you
bit
to
for me.
feel that.
Yeah.
He says, you see what
that's deep,
you see what my beloved son did for you,
That's
and
deep,
all of
that's
you, and you never deserved it.
That's deep.
Whoa!
That's deep.
The Lord Yahweh shall come back soon, Lord, beautiful worship.
That's deep.
Wow.
That's deep. Knowing that we didn't get saved by anything that we did. We
No.
were saved because of him.
Because of him.
That's why we're here. So, see, this is why these idiots that talk about the law, we're going to make it through the keeping of the law.
boy.
These guys are low level, man. They don't understand how deep the shit goes. We're going to be saved based upon Yahweh Shai. That's grace, man. That's grace.
And we're lucky to receive it.
The law itself, that's just rehearsal. That's just rehearsal, man. That's a shadow of things to come. What really is, you need to grasp this whole, the depth of Yahweh Shai, man. That's what it's really about.
Well, they're trying to go up a works-based salvation, meaning that they think, oh, well, if I just keep the law, I can earn my way into the kingdom. Which is essentially what the Muslims teach.
That's just boasting. That's just vain glory. That's just temporal vain glory. That's just putting out your chest and saying, yeah, I got fringes, I got all this, right? Let me get it. Zechariah, let me start from verse 8. Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. In that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. And the house of David shall be as the Most High,
Oh, that sounds.
as the angel of Yahweh before them. So how is the Lord going to defend us? As birds flying. Right, so that's the chariots coming to deliver us, man. As birds flying shall the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Shall he flying over, he shall preserve them. Roughly paraphrasing. That's the means of our deliverance from our enemies, the so-called white man and the other nations. It says, he that's feeble among them shall be as David. So even the weakest amongst us, man, the weakest amongst them that get delivered, amongst our people that get delivered, he's going to be as powerful as King David in ancient times, man. Yeah. I remember David, he could crush a bowl of steel with his arm, man. And he could just leap over a wall. He could just, like Hulk. You know Hulk can go bam. Yeah. The most feeble amongst us, like a guy that's, like, for example, don't need to put the rubber out, but like in a car. Like,
Yes.
he gonna be like David, man.
Yeah.
When you read about David slaying man by the tens of thousands,
Yeah.
that's your cow, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's your cow. That's this.
That man is really suffering, you know?
Yeah,
Look,
he's been going through it, man. He can't even make it to camp. When I was going through it, like myself, I could still make it to camp when I pushed myself. But him, he's going through shit where he can't even come to camp, man. Right? So anyway, let me read on. It says, verse 9, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem.
Let's go there afterwards.
And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications.
That grace, man.
And they shall look upon me, whom they have pierced. And they shall mourn for him,
And you're a God for him, man.
as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. Imagine you had a firstborn son, because me, I don't have no children. But you know, but I'm pretty sure I told you, bro, that I would love to have like a daughter or a son. And if I had my son, I would love him, man. I would love my child.